Yeah, the sun is like that.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Dean and Jen Gross with Gain here. Sun is in our eyes.
Yes.
Can you see? And the reception is pretty rough out here in the country. So I hope we don't lose anybody, but I hope you're having a great Saturday and enjoying the weekend. So the world is your oyster. You know, earlier we had asked our children, you know, what they wanted to be when they grew up, and you know, where they wanted to live. And do you remember some of the things like DJ and Juliana said?
DJ has a list of things, from heart doctor to knee doctor to painter to
Yes, he said artist,
ventriloquist to amusement park builder.
Yes.
And he's visualized his mansion that he's going to live in.
So describe some of the things he shared with us. Like what
the mansion will have water around it, which is a moat.
Yep.
It'll have gnomes.
Yes, many
from
gnomes.
Goosebumps.
Yep.
It'll have the curvy stairway in front leading up to the doors.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else he said is inside. Lots of room. He's going to have a goosebump room.
A goosebump room, yep.
He's going to have all his action figures in his house.
Yeah.
So,
even when he's older, he said he'll never get rid of his action figures.
His home.
And Juliana, like she mentioned too, she kind of knows her house as well.
Yes, she's going to have a mansion also. She's going to have gargoyles from Vampirina.
Yep.
I forget that character's name on Vampirina. I can't think of it, but she's going to have that. She's going to have the curvy stairway leading up to the door.
Right.
She's going to have a lot of stairs inside the house.
Yeah.
Like her Barbie dream house.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's funny, and they've shared this with us a couple times. So, you know, when you ask DJ what he's going to do, and he says, well, I'm going to be a doctor, specifically a heart doctor, and an artist, and a ventriloquist, and I'm also, and I know Juliana said I'm going to have homes built for people that are less fortunate, and then they both say I want to have a mansion, and they describe all these things. And if you have children, you probably can relate, where they say, hey, what do you want to be, Johnny, when you grow up? I'm going to be a football player, and I'm going to be a fireman and a doctor, and there's really no limits. And then when they describe their house, one thing you forgot about DJ is he's going to have an elevator.
Yes.
Right? And so they may say things like, I'm going to have a couple elevators and a helicopter pad, and you smile, and you say, that's great, and it's going to be awesome.
They've completely visualized.
Yeah. The point is, the world's their oyster, and there's no limitations, and limitations are learned. And so, you know, what we want to share today is children don't worry about how that's going to happen. They're just certain it's going to happen.
Yes.
And you learn limitations later on. And so, you know, you learn to be skeptical. You learn you even have limitations. And you learn to not be certain anymore and get worried about uncertainty. And so, you know, I guess our tip on this nice Saturday afternoon is to be more like a child when you think about, it doesn't matter how old you are. I don't know if you're 38, you're 43, you're 27, but take a childlike attitude and create some certainty. Don't worry about the uncertainty. Don't create limitations that aren't there, because today people will say, if you say the same thing to an adult and he's like, well,
I'm a
little old to go
dream.
to go to med school, and I could just never afford a house with an elevator in it. And someone's yelling for DJ as we speak, or they just create limitations, and they worry about the uncertainty of things, of what will people say when I tell them I'm going to be a football player and a fireman. You know, what are people going to say when I say I'm going to have a house with a moat, when no one, you know, where I'm from has ever had such a thing. And, you know, children just don't have that. They learn skepticism. It's taught as you grow up. People start telling you your own limitations. Well, you could never do that. You could never have both those careers, or you know what, that's never been done in this family, or that's never been done in this town. And so they start believing limitations. They start being skeptical that things can be done.
And then they create their own boundaries.
And so, you know, we're just here to share to you today that, you know, get rid of the limiting beliefs, because they've been learned, and you've created them, and have some certainty in yourself, and welcome the uncertainty, because that's the other thing you learn as an adult. You know, children never worry about, hey, how are you going to do that? What if you run out of money? What if this happens? What if that happens? It doesn't even cross their mind. And obviously, as you get older, you start worrying about uncertainty. What do people say? What if I don't do it the first time? What if I fail? And then we start creating limiting beliefs and skepticism. And so again, it's never too late. If there's something you always wanted to try to pursue it. Like you're a child. You have no limitations. The world's your oyster. Go for it.
Hey, Crystal, what's up?
And not worry about it. And you will. If you want to have a moat, you'll end up having a moat.
Yeah.
An elevator. If you want gargoyles and to decorate your home, you can do it, because you're the only one that prevents that from happening. And so children obviously are the ultimate role models in that regard. And don't lose that innocence, and don't lose that belief and that certainty they have. And if you have children today, continue to encourage that. Continue to dream with them, because the only thing they should be worried about is, I'm going to learn how to do that. I don't know how to do it now, but I'm going to learn how to do that, instead of I'm going to learn why I can't do that.
Right.
It's a big differentiator. So as adults, we got to take that same cue. You're not going to learn your limits. You're going to learn how to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And so, did I do that?
I think you just flipped the screen.
I did. I just thought you guys might want to see the rest of
Rest
Jen's
of
parents'
nature.
backyard and the nature here in Pearson, Florida. But with that, man, please connect with us on growthandimprovement.com. If you're not on the newsletter today.
Yeah, hop on it, gainhottips.com. And if you need some help or would like some ideas around visualizing and dreaming your own reality and creating your own today, we love working with people on that. And it keeps flipping for some reason. Gene's phone has a mind of its own.
It does. It's battery's low, or connection's low, and for some reason it wants us to see the other side of things. But
so yeah, for sure. If you'd like some help on that, or just want some ideas, private message us or shoot us a comment on this thread, and we'd love to talk with you on it.
Right.
And with that being said, I think we're gonna call it a night.
Yes.
We might lose connection here soon.
Yes, we're in the sticks. So remember, you create your own limits. Remember that you are going to decide. You're going to figure out how to do it, how to accomplish your goals. You're going to not figure out what you can't do. Think of children. Think of their belief and their certainty, and embody it. And
be a dreamer.
Be
create
a dreamer.
Your reality. Create your life. Don't let it create you.
And with that, we'll let you guys go. Have a great